Welcome to the Coach V Show, your personal development podcast that is here on Island City where the beach meets the street. Today, I am super juiced because of all the Polynesian, Samoans, Chamorros, and all these other islanders we got up in here. We got a Tongan brother in the building today and in studio. Music artist Young Go in the building. Let's go. This is the first Tongan hip-hop rap artist that's on a worldwide stage that your boy Coach V has ever interviewed. So I am super juiced. Maria Shana. Welcome to the show, Young Go. How are things?
Man, appreciate you for having me, man. Everything is good, man. Everything is everything, man.
No, that's real. That's real. Hey, introduce us. We be in Tongan. You know how our parents are. Hey, whose kid is that? Introduce us to the family and your parents, please, Young Go.
Yeah, so my name is Young Go, but my actual name is Tavita. Davita, a.k.a. it means David. Samoans is Kavika. You know, the same thing. Last name Vaka, which is like, it means ship. But my parents, rest in peace to my dad. I'm a junior, so his name was Tavita as well. So that's senior. And then my mom, her name is Melanite. And yeah, beautiful parents, man, beautiful background, Tongan culture. So yeah, they made me Young Go, man.
That's right.
Yeah.
Welcome to the show. And not just Tongan, with some Inglewood flavor. Because I'm Tongan, but I ain't got this. My kids call it aura. Right, that's that new slang. So you got that aura. Talk about Inglewood, how you started, how this rap game started for you, writing down lyrics, getting deep with that G-Funk era, gangster twist all over it. Talk about that, Young Go, please.
I mean, growing up in Inglewood, it was a rough environment. You know what I'm saying?
Inglewood?
Yeah.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah.
That's real talk.
Since you were a kid, you learn certain stuff that kids shouldn't be able to like register at a very young age. You learn not to go there. You learn not to like them. You know what I'm saying? You get into fights. You might get bullied. A lot of things might happen, man. So it was rough and rugged going up over there and stuff. But, you know, always an outlet for me was trying to create music. You know what I'm saying? Trying to be smarter, not harder. You know what I'm saying? Everybody where I grew up, you had to grow up hard. You know what I'm saying? So I just try to use my mind, you know, use my pen and my pad from a young age as a coping of escape. You know what I'm saying? So, and then through that, you know, I just write my realities and figured out I was pretty good at it. You know what I'm saying? Recording myself. I had a few people that came around me that believed in me. You know, made my mistakes in life, but you know, all that led to this, and this is where I'm at now, you know, in a good space as far as knowing how far I came and knowing where I'm at now.
Very good, very good. There's an expression that I coach, teach, and train all the time that when you become what you want, what you used to chase now starts chasing and is attracted to you. Is that real?
Attraction.
Is that real?
That's law of attraction right there. That's real right there, man, because, you know, when you're young, you always chasing something. Say you chasing popularity, you chasing friends, you chasing clarity from other people and stuff. Then you find out that you got to find all that within yourself. You feel me? And then when you find all that, but it takes trials and tribulations to get to that point, and then you start to see like everything that you once upon a time was looking at and put a pedestal at start coming to you, and then it don't even be what you thought it was. You know what I'm saying? Just, you know, I think having self-clarity, you know what I'm saying, is the biggest thing. And having real people around you and stuff that have a like mind state, you know what I'm saying?
No, that's real right there. Talk about some of the people it is that you looked up to when you were younger, before you got into the rap game, and why.
I mean, yeah, man, I had older cousins that I used to look up to. You know, I had football dreams growing up, you know. That was the original dream of mine, you know, regular Polynesian kid thing, you know what I'm saying? Like, work hard. You know, you talented as far as abilities physically to do, you know, think you can make it in football, but then life happens. But I had role models though, like cousins that made it to college. This is back then, like early 2000s, where it was really, really rare to see like Polynesians really make it all the way to like say the NFL. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We did have our peoples that did, but there was so few.
Yeah, that's right.
You know what I'm saying? But most of them, like if say nowadays, there's so many Polynesian kids in college that it's normal. You know what I'm saying? Like we just expect that now. But back in the day, like if a kid would have make it to a university, you know, that was like a big thing. You feel me? So
You know who comes to mind from the wood? Devita Moala.
oh yeah,
From
yeah. He a
he went to
legend.
Oregon State. He a legend, right? He was one of the
Auckland High
few.
School
And
legend.
in the mid '90s, I was like, I never seen a linebacker like that running around
Yeah.
killing people. Right? Is that real from the wood or no?
No, he's a dog. That's a legend right there. He should have been one of them ones too, but you know, circumstances and I don't know, maybe his health or something like that. But yeah. I did have people I grew up looking at like him. That's another one. And then I had cousins that made it but didn't quite all the way, but that was something to look up to. And then you had like the neighborhood thugs and stuff that you look up to, like, you know, I don't know, just romanticizing the gangster life.
Yeah, yeah, that's
Growing
real.
up in that element over there in that city, it was just that was the thing, you know what I'm saying? And so it's just a whole bunch of influences growing up to shape me who I am and stuff. So
Okay, let's talk artists. I mean, because I grew up down here in Pomona. So, like, NWA, Dr. Dre, The Chronic, Snoop Dogg comes out, right? I mean, there's just, and it just goes down the list. And these cats are all from right around her, right? And then who else? And are any of those guys something that you look to?
yeah. Oh yeah, for sure, man. Dr. Dre, Snoop Dogg.
That's real.
Yeah, real man. Had all their albums as a little bitty boy, not supposed to be listening to them and shit. But even later times like Nipsey Hussle, you know what I'm saying? It's a lot, man. It's a lot. It's a lot of great West Coast artists that influence me in a major way for real.
And then what about this writing stuff down? 'Cause I talk to all of my individual clients and companies like, hey, all those dreams, hopes, and aspirations, and as a rapper and as a lyricist and as an artist, you understand this. This shit don't mean shit unless you write it down and professionalize it, work on it, get reps. Or as they say in Pomona, if you stay ready, you ain't got to get ready. But that takes a lot of reps. Talk about how that transformed your life of not just trying to memorize stuff, but write it down and work on your craft. How important was that?
To me, the art of writing it down I don't know, it just have a different significance for me to where like if I write something down and I recite it a few times, it's like engraved in my brain already. You know what I'm saying? Versus just going into a place and freestyling it.
Yeah, yeah.
Because then when you do freestyle something, you forget about it. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know, when you take your time and really put in the effort and focus to really work on your craft and write it down, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. It just means something.
For all the listeners, here are 5 things that I call the Coach V Power 5 that I teach, coach, and train to all the Fortune 500 companies and the companies it is that I coach, teach, and train. Mindset, emotional intelligence, performance, perspective, and effective communication. Here, I'm going to ask Young Go, how important is it that you see yourself as valuable, that you respect yourself? Because how are other people going to value you, respect you, and chase you unless you value yourself and have a vision for yourself in terms of who you want to become? How important was that for you, Young Go?
Man, that's very important, you know what I'm saying? Because, you know, in all things you do, it starts with yourself.
Yeah, it's
You
real.
feel me? So if you didn't have the thought process, if you didn't have the dream, you didn't have the motive to try to aspire to do these things, then everything else is not going to fall into place. You feel me? So the main motivating factor is yourself. You feel me? But we come from a culture of humbleness. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So this is where it collides a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Because we was always taught to be humble. We were always taught to do for others and bring yourself down and all that, right? But at the same time, so that's why it's kind of like when you say these things, it might rub off wrong.
That's right.
because you're like, oh, he's selfish.
Yeah.
You know, this is how we think. You feel me? Like when you start to put yourself first, when you start to really like cater to what you need in your life, so that everything else can go.
Yeah, that's
Like
right.
like it might be. You know what I'm saying? Especially coming from where we come from.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? It's kind of frowned upon.
That's right.
You looked at more so as like arrogant, selfish.
Hmm.
You think he the man.
That's
It's
real.
like
This is real.
all that, you know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, though, you know, it's just a balance. You know what I'm saying? Understand who you are, what you bring to the table, what you do for, you know what I'm saying, what you have to do, and but at the same time, just be a good person. You know what
Yeah,
I'm
that's
saying?
real.
Be a good. You can still be humble, my boy. You know what I'm saying? But you know, that's all it is. Just trying to find the balance
Yeah, that's
within
right.
it all.
So those are our traditional ways of humility
Yeah.
and faith. The elders eat first, right?
Right.
Like all that stuff. But it's now
Go pick up all that garbage
That
over
trash.
there. After that, make sure it's clean and shit, and then you can go eat. You
Yeah,
feel
that's
me?
right.
Like,
Yeah, and there's a time and place for all of that stuff, but for both the younger generation to understand that perspective, but still being unapologetic enough to chase the dream. Talk about that.
I think the younger generation they wired different though. You know
Mm.
what I'm saying? Because like us, we had them. We kind of held them, them standards and morals with an iron fist to a point of maybe even hurt us a little
That's
bit.
real.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But these young people, these young boys, young women, they don't care. They gonna go up. Like you feel me? What were you talking about right there?
Yeah.
Like I know I got it. What I need to do, I'm gonna put my full effort on that, and I don't care how you feel. You
Yeah,
know what I'm
that's
saying?
real.
And that's why you're seeing a lot of successful young polys out here now. You know what I'm
In
saying?
every industry.
It's the mindset. Like you know, a lot of times it was ourselves holding ourselves back then.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? To where because it's never happened before. A lot of things, bro. We paving way for a lot of things in our community. But these young kids is just automatic. You
Mm.
feel me? Like they are. Y'all did that for us. Now it's time for us to take what y'all did and take it to a whole nother level because we paved the way for them in that sense. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's
But at
right.
the same time, they still who they are. They still hold their identity as young, respectable Polynesians and stuff. But certain things they don't care about no more. They gonna go. You know what I'm saying?
No,
So
that's real. They're
yeah,
unapologetic that way.
yeah,
But then that's what success demands
right.
sometimes, right?
Yep.
Because it's not always just adding, right, and getting, right? Sometimes you got to subtract people from your life to add to your life. Coach V calls that cut it. If it doesn't fit your dreams, hopes, and aspirations, cut it. I call that addition by subtraction. But not just people that are haters, right? But it's like bad habits, bad thoughts,
Yeah.
right? Going to places that will not serve you, right? Because a lot of folks know the shit they should be doing, but they don't do it. And then the shit they know they should not be doing, they do that shit anyway, right? So that talk about that. Talk about that mindset of, hey, you got to add to your life by subtracting some things. Is that real or not?
That's real, man. Come to a realization like more is less. You don't need necessarily a crowd to get where you need to be, especially if that crowd doesn't serve no purpose for you. You know what
Yeah,
I'm
that's
saying?
right.
So, like you said, man, sometimes you do got to cut off the dead weight. You know what I'm saying? Because and then you got to do that with yourself as well. You know what I'm saying? Like bad habits you was talking about. You know, but I'm human, so to this day I struggle with that too. You know what I'm saying? Even influences, and I know sometimes I don't have to be in certain places, but then sometimes, but you do learn, and then overall though, as long as you know keep the main thing, keep the circle around you solid, and just move with a purpose, bro. You good, man?
Oh
Like,
man, I really
yeah,
appreciate that. That's some wise words from the artist Young Go. Thank you so much for coming through, man. Hey, before we let you go, two things. So
yeah.
the first thing is, like, how can we support you? I know you have an IG for your merch, and then also where do we find you? Because I looked up Young Go first,
Yeah.
but then I couldn't find you on there,
Right,
right?
right,
So
right.
how do we find you on Instagram? How can we support you with your merch? Talk about that.
Oh yeah, so on Instagram, my name is GoTime102, and then my merch is called Young Go Merch. We ain't got no merch online right now, but we finna be working on that very soon. And I know there's a couple people been hitting me about that. So we back in business very soon. You know what I'm saying? So just be on the lookout for that.
And what about book you? How does somebody book you for a show, book you to come to Sacramento, my town? 916, let's bring Young Go up to the 91 sizzle and let's break it down gangster style with that G-Funk era. Come on.
Man, let them know, man. Shout out to Sacramento, man. I got a huge following over there too, but you know, I got a business email. Okay. younggobusiness1@gmail.com. You know what I'm saying? If any inquiries and anybody trying to holler on any type of level with business, hit me on there. If it's a show, if it's collabs, anything, you know, it would be responded to in a timely fashion. So, you know what I'm saying? Young Go Business One, man. Tell them promoters, holler at me, bro.
Yeah, shout out.
Give me that Sac, baby. Shout out to Sacktown, never back down.
Yeah, because I'll come to the 310 if I have to. But if I could just drive down the street from Elk Grove, California to downtown Sacramento, I would prefer that. So talk about real quick. We got to make this one quick.
Yeah.
Talk about a real quick story. I heard that you were in New Zealand.
Yeah.
And you broke it down, and then you left, and most of the crowd left with you. Talk about that story real quick.
That's kind of messed up. I mean,
I think it's a good story. It ain't messed up. We're just calling it what it is.
So I can't speak on that because I left. You know what I'm saying? So I left the stage, so I didn't visibly see what happened after that. You know what I mean? I was just ready to do my thing. I jumped on stage. It was epic. After that, I was ready to go celebrate.
Yeah.
But I heard that something like that extent happened. And man, I know that's probably not a good feeling for you know, the artists that followed up. Because I would never want that for myself. You feel me? Like, first and foremost, just respect the artistry. Like, I respect my artists out here. I know how hard it is to be able to create and do what you do. So, yeah, we ain't gonna do that, bro.
Hey, man, for a Tongan brother to do something like that on an international stage off of the U.S. mainland and have that kind of following. Shout out to all. Was that in New Zealand?
Auckland.
Auckland, New Zealand. Shout out to all my NZs out there for
Shout out to the Kiwis,
man. And last question. If you had the ear of the world, what would be your message to the world?
The ear of the world, man, I would say stay down. Believe in yourself. Continue to put in the work. Stay consistent. Keep good people around you. And put your head down and work, man, because ain't nothing going to happen unless you work. You feel me? But have faith amongst it all. You feel me? So that's it.
My man, thanks for coming on the Coach V show.
Yes, sir. Shout out to Coach V.
Yeah, no, shout you out, man, and Inglewood in the building, in the house, here in Santa Monica on Island City. Thank you so much to everybody for tuning in to the Coach V Show. As I hear my boy Young Go, my Tongan brother, his testimony and what he's talking about today, I think of this. You know, I think success is failure turned inside out. In the silver tint in this thing called doubt. And you never can tell how close you are, because it may be right here but seem so far. But stick to the fight when your hardest hit. It's when things seem worst that you must not quit. Your boy Young Go, your boy Coach V.
Okay.
One love or five. Till next time. Choo-hoo! Hey, I'm available for